This is an amazing crystal on an amazing table, and here is an even more amazing lady. Her name is Vanessa Cisneros. You are a CPA.
I'm a CPA.
And
yes.
an acupuncturist doctor.
Yes.
And she has an amazing space with almost only crystals, healing tools, and we're going to talk about that today. Vanessa, what made you start doing this?
Oh my goodness. So really the catalyst of the change that I had, because I was in accounting since I was 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And then my husband was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. And I think that's really what brought about the change in me. I was always interested in the holistic life. Mm-hmm. Even when I had my accounting practice, mm-hmm. I always took courses on Reiki, on, all kinds of things like that, crystals. So I always had the interest. But it wasn't until then that I had a major change with his diagnosis of cancer. I sold my accounting practice and I went back to school and I studied acupuncture. And in studying acupuncture, I took a couple of weekend courses on color therapy and sound therapy, and it completely changed my life, basically.
I'm here in the wonderful palace of Vanessa with so many healing tools and so many crystals that makes it so calm that I have a hard time focusing on speaking because it's so relaxing. And you have a special instrument there. What is that instrument?
So this is a Monolina, which is based on the monochord, and that's the main instrument that I work with.
The main instrument you work with?
Yes.
What work do you do with it?
So at the beginning of my journey with sound and color, I was basically treating patients. Right? They would come see me for all kinds of different ailments. Mm-hmm. And as my process continued, and as I began to work more with sound and color, I realized that my true love was helping people become aware of themselves, to go deeper inside of themselves, to help them heal things that they were aware of.
Yeah.
And this is what sound does. It brings it up to the surface. And the monochord is a very special instrument because a little bit of the monochord, it was used by Pythagoras, and he established the many of what we know about mathematics and music, the perfect fifth, right? Yeah. And it was used as a scientific instrument. Mm-hmm. So what I found over the years is that the monochord, that the drumming of it, that monotone sound goes into the brain. And the way I think about it is how, when you have a computer and you defrag the hard drive, you have like a Norton utility program that gets the hard drive fixed. I think this is what the monochord does.
He's agreeing.
So the monochord, what it does is that it goes inside of the subconscious mind and starts to like defrag the brain.
Defrag the brain. How can you explain that?
So for example, so I'll give you different examples.
Yeah.
Or a pattern that I saw in my patients.
Yeah.
They would, after a session, they would get up and tell me, I saw faces that I didn't even know who they were. I saw things that I didn't even know what it was. Mm-hmm. So I began to understand that we hold a lot of memories. It could be from our ancestors.
Yeah. Or past lives,
maybe. Or past lives, depending on what you believe in. So I began to understand that we carry all of this information in us, and sometimes it's heavy on us. Yeah. And what the monochord does is that it begins to liberate the person from that.
Wonderful.
So it goes in layers and layers and layers, and the more a person does and works with the monochord, the more that you begin to reach deeper levels within yourself.
About the Beamer box, is that how it's called?
Beamer light pen.
Beamer light pen. Okay, so Vanessa.
This is one of my latest additions,
Yeah.
and I love it because this is not only to, like if you are a practitioner, for you to work on with your patients or clients, but this is so great for self-healing. And I love the system because it, as you can see, it combines many different colors.
Yeah.
And it is not just one color. There's a combination of colors, and each color represents something different in the combination. But I also love the fact that I can literally wear my color therapy on me, and it's always a conversation starter, to talk about color this way. Yes. So I'm happy to provide the information of Robert Hasinger, who is the teacher of this system. He is in Italy, and he's a fantastic teacher. And so this would be one that would be great for personal self-healing. So, yeah.
And what are the prices more or less from a box like that?
I am not sure, but
Should buy that?
I don't know, like $650 for
So you need to get the class. You learn first how to use it.
Yes, and you have to buy this, and then the class is separate.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. You can. You want to learn how to work with that.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, if you want to add color, this is an easy, beautiful system to use.
Yeah. All the colors on itself are already so, to me at least, so attractive. Wow. We have here 3 frogs, a big one, middle size, and a baby. So how do they sound?
Oh gosh, they're just so soothing. You'll see. Let's begin with the big one.
The mama. It's like the woods, like the rainforest sound. Okay.
And the baby.
It's too funny.
So with sound, you can use the elements to bring balance to a person. So if they have the wood element maybe out of balance, you have the frogs, right?
You really hear them. Yeah.
You have the air element.
Mm-hmm.
The water element. Metal.
Okay, we have here this wonderful instrument, monochord.
The monochord.
So please tell speak about the monochord.
Absolutely. So the monochord is the main instrument that I use in my practice. And I have many of them. I have a chair monochord, I have a standing monochord, and then I have the monochords that I use when I go to hospitals to assist people in the death process, or when I do group sessions. And I also have the monochord bed, which is what I call the space shuttle.
We show that after this.
Yes.
Yeah, we make a little break, people put the bed. It's with the sound. Can you make a sound already?
Sure, absolutely.
And then hospice? Is that what you told me?
I do. That's one of the things that I do occasionally, is assisting people in the death process. And the monochord has an incredible way of helping people relax, because it helps the brain waves shift into more of the delta and theta, where they can do healing, where they can do self-reflection.
Yeah.
So the monochord, I want to tell you a little bit about it. It was used by Pythagoras to establish what we know about many of many of mathematics and also music. A lot of the of what we know about music, like the perfect fifth.
Yeah.
And so it was used as a scientific instrument. And the way that it came to me, it was I actually had heard the sound inside of me first before I ever knew there was such an instrument. Let me explain what that means.
Tell me.
So, as I mentioned before, when I made a big change in my life when my husband was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer, and then I assisted a lady that had breast cancer. And she would come to my house. I didn't have the monocord back then. I was just, working with crystals, and I had my full accounting practice. And so I put my hands on top of her and, above, on top of, and her body like that, right? Not touching. And I would hear this beautiful sound whenever I would put my hands above her energy field. And I would also see a lot of color. What I did not know back then was that was the sound of the monocord. So roll forward in time, when I was in acupuncture school, I took some weekend seminars on sound and color, and that's how I found out about the monocord. And I ended up going to Switzerland to train with a couple that was from California. And
so you went with a couple that was from California to Switzerland,
yes.
not to California being in America.
No, actually the main training was in Switzerland.
Okay.
And it was there that I really saw or heard the monocord for the first time, and I fell madly in love because it was like a sound that I already knew in my cells.
Yeah.
It was a sound that it was like a universal sound.
You recognized it.
I recognized it. And so it touched my heart deeply, and I believe that sound is so powerful, and whatever instrument the practitioner uses, as long as it helps them open up their hearts, that's the right instrument for them. And for me, it was the monocord. So my journey with the monocord and treating patients it's been an evolutionary journey. At first, when I started playing the monocord for patients, I would use color, I would use needles, and then of course the monocord. And what I started to notice over the years that I've been playing it is that it works like that program, that like the Norton antivirus, the Norton utility, that you put it into the computer, right? And you tell it, fix the hard drive, and reformat the hard drive. So, and I give you that analogy because the brain is really like a computer. And what I found over and over and over again was that people would tell me, I see faces that I don't even recognize. I'm go to places that I don't even know. So since we have such little recollection of what's in the subconscious, right? I started to see the pattern that they were releasing things from their energy field, from their subconscious mind, and it didn't matter what it was. It could be maybe remembering, from past lives, if you believe in past lives. It could be things that we're carrying from our ancestors in that what they call a junk DNA. So what I started to notice is that people started becoming lighter, and as they would get more monocord sessions, their energy field and the way that they relate to reality started to shift for them. The way they walked through life started to shift. The coincidences started to come into their lives, or they would get downloads of creativity, of information, or things that were really holding them back would come up in a memory. And so I always work with...
Wow, that's the insightful pictures that they get.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So I would work with it this way, and then depending on what would come up for the patient, I would send them to either work with a psychologist, with a hypnotherapist, or with somebody else that could take them to that next level. But I knew that the monocord was rearranging their biofield, rearranging their subconscious mind to help them be a better version of themselves.
Yeah. Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah. This is called Neuroluz, Neurolight.
Neurolight.
Which was created by a psychologist in Argentina.
The same one we spoke about?
The same one that I spoke about before. But this is a wonderful way to work with light therapy and auricular therapy. You know, auricular, they have the Chinese, the Germans, the French have mapped out so many different points on the ear that relate to different parts of the body. So if you put it in the area of the limbic brain.
You put it in the area of the limbic brain? Yep. Yeah. Is that not on top of your head more?
Yep, it's like right there. And this is a great way to bring down stress because it's also touching the vagus nerve. And many people use it to, for example, if they have anxiety, they repeat, you know, I have anxiety, until the image and the feeling begins to fade away into a state of peace. So it's like a sort of like an EMDR, but not really, but with light and using auricular.
It's like a funny color earrings.
Yeah.
You only can.
Yeah, and so.
Bizarre.
Yeah, and so it's extremely helpful, and it's not expensive. For all the toys that I have, it's really accessible. It can be used by anybody. You just need a little bit of training, and I'm happy to provide the website where you can get it. And I find this to be helping people fall asleep at night, or again, we talked about anxiety. Those with anxiety can put this on and immediately have a state change.
So much healthier than medication for
gosh.
Anxiety.
Absolutely.
So what colors do they come with? What lights?
So it's only in this specific frequency of yellow that they have found that does, you know, that is really helpful, and it really changes the trauma that's held in the body. And the other thing I want to mention, so my practice really has been focused to other healers, other practitioners. So the majority of the clients that come see me are other practitioners, or at least they used to be that way. And one of the things that Jimena, who's the creator of this light, is very concerned for the practitioners, because as we're listening to problems every day, and as we are picking up from our patients, many of us, obviously, we have all kinds of protocols to clear ourselves, right? But it goes deeper, because we are picking things up subconsciously. And so what Jimena always says, this goes to the root of the problem. So this is to also help out stressed out practitioners, and also to help them clear themselves from the daily work that they do with their patients.
Fantastic. And it comes like this. You have it, you charge it, of course, and wow, that is so interesting.
Yeah, and that's her main focus, is also helping the practitioners, because there's too much burnout. And practitioners, psychologists, nurses. So anybody in my family that's in the service industry, you know, especially working with patients, they have one of these.
Welcome to the treatment room. And we move slowly. I want to show you how amazing this looks. Okay. And from here, go very slowly to the bed. Imagine that you're laying on that bed, because the sounds you're going to hear and the colors, she was going to talk about the colors a little bit later too. And the colors there, I'm getting so curious about that one. And here you have a doll there. What do you do with the doll?
Oh, that's just for long distance healings.
Oh yeah.
Long distance sessions.
Now here's Vanessa again. And where is the big, is it underneath, right?
Yeah.
So your patients,
my patients lay down.
Yes.
And I, put in needles or not, depending on the person. I use my Solara gems. These are crystal fusion lights.
I come nearby.
And all right, let me see if I can.
They have crystals inside
Yeah.
them, and they are charged in a way. Yeah, they have much stronger. Can you explain that in a better way than I do?
Sure. So the Solara gems are so for example, this is a celestite. So it's got a main crystal, but it also has a formula of crystals that help each other become even more powerful. And it also uses obviously the color, because it's got a filter that I use depending, whatever the person needs. I use different colors and different stones.
Yeah, every stone, every crystal has a characteristic and a healing capacity. What is the healing capacity of this blue one? What is the name of this blue one?
That is a celestite.
Yeah.
And that's the stone to connect with the angels and also for the throat chakra. And I use that one a lot also in, like, if I want to create a space, a safe space, I use it for a lot of group sessions, or people, or with in the hospital, with people in the death process. And you'd be amazed how, when I set up the Solara gems in a hospital room, the nurses feel it when they come in.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So anyway, so this is the monochord, and so my patient lays down. I will use also tuning forks on the different acupuncture points. So they usually begin face down.
You show that nearby,
Sure.
that it shows near.
So
yes.
These are tuning forks, and they also have crystals and on the feet. Very much into crystals.
That's it for sure.
And then, so they lay down. Sometimes I'll use a bowl on their body, depending. I have an incredible software that measures based on your voice. If a patient is missing or they have a very low note in their body, which relates to an organ. So I will have them speak into this microphone in the special, beautiful software that I use.
Oh, yeah.
And then depending on that, then I will use the bowls to go with a note that they have very low to help the body remember the note that they're very low on.
Yeah.
So that's the beginning. And then I will do some light therapy on them using different light systems that I have.
Don't go too fast.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I want to see this from nearby too. See all the crystals there and all the little birds.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I use different systems of light therapy. This is the Beamer pen light, and that has essential oils. It has flower essences, not essential oils, flower essences, color, and crystals. And that's how the colors are made.
So that's wonderful. What made you choose what color to take? You have here blue, but I know from the color light blue is about trust, is about calm.
Correct.
If you feel a patient needs more trust and calm,
or if they need to speak something.
Yes. Which comes to trust too, right? That you dare to speak. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I use this light system. I also use this other light system that is really, I find this one to be more of a like on a medical basis. So if somebody has sinus issues, I will pick this out. I'm actually doing a training right now with this specific system, because this one has frequencies in it. So yeah, this one, it's a never-ending learning between actually these two systems. To me, this one's more on a spiritual basis, and this one is too, but this is more for physical things. I use it a lot in the ears to help the patients, like for example with anxiety, and so color is it's powerful.
With anxiety, can you speak a little bit more about that? Because so many people are saying, I have anxiety, and I change that right away. Like, I have feelings of anxiety, but I don't want to keep them, right?
Right.
You don't want to own it too much, but I know
Right.
there are several ways, as I use myself too, but for my clients, but there are several ways that you're going to help people to get rid of their anxiety, and it's something that is reoccurring. What could you share about that?
So, especially with colors, there's many ways of working with color.
Yeah.
You can have them wear yellow glasses. That usually helps anxiety, or
Clearing, yellow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or, for example, you can also do green.
Healing.
It's a very simple way of doing it. You can have them, I work with silks, and so depending, like if the person is telling me they have anxiety, I'll grab a yellow silk.
And what do you do with the yellow silk?
I just put it over the body. So, you know how we have our senses, right? Visual, auditory, olfactory, and kinesthetic. Very kinesthetic people love the silks.
Yeah.
Because they literally feel the color.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
we pick up color. It's a vibration through the skin.
Yeah.
Children specifically love the silks.
Oh yeah, I worked with my son with ADHD so much with the colors too.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything was blue in his room, dark and red, and red for grounding.
Yeah.
Yeah, red sheets and a blue bed.
And then I also have another system, which is not here. It's in the other room. And you put lights in the earlobe, like around here.
Lights.
It's a yellow light. It's a specific frequency, and it's a form of like EMDR, but with light, with color. It's fantastic. So that calms the brain like that.
This is so interesting. So right away to the next question. If somebody says, well, that watches this and recognizes feelings of anxiety, or say, often I feel that, how can they move forward in using your work? How would that go? They book a session with you, or how would that work?
Okay, so you can book a session with me, absolutely. But if you're somewhere else in another country and you want to have access to, for example, this color, this device for the ears, it's, to me, one of the most powerful devices that's not expensive, and you can get some online training with it.
How is that called? We will put that in the description.
Yes,
then, but how is it called?
It's called Neurolight.
Neurolight.
Yes, it was created by a psychologist from Argentina with another team of doctors that she worked with and she trained with, and it's actually the fastest way to work with color. Yeah.
Nature provides so much healing, huh?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that box because I love the colors, how they are more harmonized. It's beautiful.
So then these are all my solar jets.
Now I recognize them. This is bizarre. All of them have this crystal in it, specifically. Yes. Can you show a few?
So, sure. For example, sunstone. I will use sunstone if somebody's been feeling very depressed, depleted.
Yeah.
Or if they're having just a lot of very, depressed. And I love using that one for...
Yeah. And you put then this on the magnifier, the one that you
on
have
the camera
there,
lamp.
On the camera lamp. There you see that one. Here. That needs to be charged. And then the light goes through it. Yeah.
So this is moonstone, and I use moonstone for any hormonal imbalances. I use it for also the throat chakra, to be more imbalanced with your feminine side, and it could be for men or women. So it
can you turn this on? Can you put it so that it will shine? That it gives a good change how you see. Perfect. Yeah.
Make sure this is
charged.
There.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So here, what an amazing color.
Yeah.
What an amazing color. So what do you do with it? This helps with depression, right?
This one, no, moonstone is more for hormonal imbalances, for the throat chakra.
Yes.
For when, you want to bring more balance between the feminine and the masculine, for more connection with the ethers. And it's just very soothing. I
So
mean, it's
you
very.
put it in a room, or you put it pointed towards your body? How does that
You
work?
can point it towards your body,
Mm-hmm.
but I also put it in the room sometimes. You know, like how you walked in and you felt this, wow, this energy is because I had a lot of the solar gems on.
I have to
Also.
tell that it's amazing if you walk in here. I love crystals myself. I have never seen so many amazing big crystals that you have all of them. It's like bizarre. So for anxiety, to go back there, it would be the yellow one, right?
I would use the yellow.
Is
or,
it citrate?
Yeah, you can use citrine. You can also use carnelian.
Can you also turn one of them on the light that
Sure.
the difference is noticeable?
Sure.
This is orange,
This is the orange one.
and this helps. The orange is for creation as well.
It's for creativity, the second chakra.
Yeah.
And it's also to give somebody a lot of energy.
It's
If they're
interesting. If I
depleted.
film you here, it's yellow, and if I look at it myself,
Yeah.
it's more orange. It changes in the camera. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's powerful.
And I love ruby also, because ruby is it's very for people that are very depleted, and you know, when somebody's just lacking passion, that's one of my first ones that I grab.
Oh my gosh. And what I would like to say in a side note, we did a Zoom meeting with a class of mine about my family constellation work, and the sister of Vanessa came there with one of those lights, and she turned it on and turned it to the camera, and nobody knew what it was. Nobody spoke about it. It was just there. And then the responses came from a few people. Wow, what is that light doing? That is fantastic. I feel that light. What is it?
Yeah.
That was for me the reason to right away buy one.
Yeah.
So I have two, but you have here the whole class. It's bizarre.
What I find with these is that I, for example, work very deeply. Like if I'm working through something, I will put on the solar gems, and they kind of like help melt away, you know, whatever layers there are so that I can have access to the information. I'm going to give you one perfect example.
Yeah.
I work with tanzanite, and because I was working on a certain issue, and then I had a dream. And I had a recall of when I was around 6 months old. And I literally saw what was happening between my parents. So,
which was probably not fun.
No, it wasn't. So the next morning when I woke up, I called my older brother and I said, I wanna tell you what I saw and tell me if this is accurate. So after I told him the whole dream and everything that I saw, heard, and understood, his mouth was just like, how did you know that? How did you remember that? What do you mean you were 6 months old? But of course, I could not tell him. I work with a tanzanite solar gem.
Oh boy, yeah.
But so, and he confirmed that everything that I saw in my dream was absolutely 100% correct. So the way that I understand that how they work is we are recording everything in the biofield. In your energy field, everything is recorded.
Yeah.
From the moment you are in the womb of your mother, you are recording information. And obviously you also bring forth information from the ancestors.
Yeah.
And what these lights help do is they help open up that field as you are ready to see what needs to be healed. It is never in a hurry. It is never hurtful. It is always when your soul is ready to show you. I find that these are amazing keys to open up that consciousness.
Fantastic.
So,
wow, I would like you to make a class about those lights. I think that would be fantastic.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I use them all the time. So,
would you be willing to show this? Is there something more you would love to share about this?
No, that's it about this one. But do you want me to play a little bit the monochord? So,
yes.
So come around, and I want to show you what it is that I do. Well, of course, after the patient is sitting there, laying down and with the needles and whatever else I have on them, then I sit on my heart.
You sit on your heart?
I sit on my heart.
That's a constellation exercise I do sometimes. Stand on your heart to feel.
I sit on my heart.
Oh my gosh.
And I So it has a very hypnotic sound
Definitely.
that allows the person to reach very deep levels of relaxation.
So if you lay on the bed, do you feel it also through your back? Does it come?
You do. So you actually feel it. Yeah, I'm going to turn around. So you actually feel it in different parts of your body.
Mm-hmm.
And this is part of the diagnosis that I do. At the end of the session, I will ask a patient, so where did you feel it? And it's been so surprising because everybody feels it in a different place. Some people tell me, I only felt it in my hands. And guess what? Those were the ones that had anxiety. And what meridians are in the hands, right?
Yes.
You have the heart and the pericardium. So this sound is going to go to the area that the energy is not flowing.
Yeah.
So it's going to, chisel away until there's a release. Others will have out-of-body experiences. Others will feel the sound in different areas. I've had women with fibroids in their breast, with cysts, that it got dissolved after a few sessions. And I can never say that is going to happen with a person.
No.
But I've had it a couple of times, more than a few times, that they went back to see their doctor to get the biopsy, and it was gone.
Amazing.
And the sound just, so.
Amazing. Yeah, I feel myself try everything that you can to help you and heal yourself.
Yeah.
Because there's so much available. It's amazing.
And I have all different, instruments, wind, wood. My latest one that I love, thunder. I got this one in Bali.
The cats are afraid of that? Your cats?
No.
Because dogs are afraid of the thunder.
Yeah, no, they're fine with this sound. So I use different sounds. The rain. These are seeds from Colombia when I travel to Colombia. And these are just beautiful seeds that I'll just do over the energy body. And of course, I did my somatic training. So, all kinds of sounds.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We have a small request, and you probably know what it is about. But we have this very interesting situation that 91% of our returning viewers do not subscribe. But they are returning, so they must like it. And that would be great if that is you, if you will be so kind to subscribe, eventually leave a like if you like the video, or even leave a comment, that's even nicer, or have a request. That would be great to hear from you. But please support our work by subscribing. Thank you so very much. That would be such a favor to us.